here in the heart of Asia, but we hope that we will allow Pakistan to also export this green energy given the endowment you have. Mining and minerals, as mentioned already last night and today, is truly quite significant. Electrification is already sweeping the global economy. Saudi Arabia is committed to it. All of our auto manufacturing sector is centered around EVs and electrification. We have given our position, it's quite remarkable, given that we are the kingdom of oil, we are the global leader in terms of reserves, resources, production, exports in oil. We have bypassed the internal combustion engine and the diesel engine and leapfrogged straight into electric vehicle. That means that not only are we going to consume those EVs in Saudi, we're going to export them, but also we see the electrification sweeping the world. We see the demand on high voltage cables for transmission across borders and within countries. And we see that happening in Asia, from Pakistan all the way to Central Asia, where there is a lot of capped electric production that needs to be exported. But the unlock for that, as mentioned, is going to be copper, aluminum, and cable manufacturing. And this is one of those areas that we can't wait to work together to unlock for Pakistan, for Saudi Arabia, and indeed for the global economy. I am glad that we have with us a newly formed joint venture, Manara, between PIF and Ma'aden, our national champion in mining, and they are eager to start a number of initiatives in mining, but the first one we hope to conclude in the next few weeks will be for them to enter into the Reko Diq project with the state-owned enterprises of Pakistan and Barrick Gold, who is working in Saudi Arabia and sees our partnership as additive to the project. And I think this is just sort of a pilot project that we hope will be multiplied many times over. We see ICT as a huge area where Pakistan has a near unlimited potential. The key ingredient for ICT is human talent, and we believe in Pakistani talent. We have seen them in Saudi Arabia since the modern Saudi Arabia started bringing global human resources. Pakistanis were one of the first to come to Saudi Arabia and create Aramco through their human resources. Pakistani expertise was there early for our banking sector, and as Musaddaq mentioned, even as consultants and subject matter experts. He mentored me and taught me. He was very humble when he called me his boss. He was actually telling me how to build an industrial cluster in Saudi Arabia, and we took his advice, and we're very proud that our industrial sector is one of the fastest growing, the most competitive, certainly in the region, and we aspire for it to be a global manufacturing and industrial powerhouse in Saudi Arabia. We're looking to make Saudi Arabia the hub for global supply chain resilience, not just to meet domestic and regional, but global. And we want to do that by leveraging what you have in Pakistan. And I talked about mining, I talked about energy. We certainly want to leverage your human resources and your ICT sector. We have coined our reshoring initiative in Saudi Arabia as green shoring, to bring that green energy, and I think we can extend that concept to Pakistan if we can employ the Saudi companies that are active and renewable energy generation to embed it in some of the mining resources that have been mentioned, given that Pakistan, I understand, could be the fourth richest country in copper. So ICT, from manufacturing of components to software development, cloud computing, AI, data processing hub. Of course, food security has been brought to the fore with the recent conflict in Europe. The Russia-Ukraine war, I think, reminded the rest of the world that food security is a global issue. And it's certainly an issue in Saudi Arabia, where for generations we've been enjoying imports of Pakistani grains, especially Peshawar rice from my childhood. I remember it was our favorite food stock. Of course, meats and poultry, aquaculture and fishing, and the list goes on. We believe Pakistan, as we heard yesterday from the Honorable Chief of Army Staff, can become again the hub for global food security, not just for the Arabian Peninsula. Saudi Arabia is investing heavily in global acquisition and global direct investment from Latin America to Europe, Ukraine, Africa, and we're investing, of course, in South Asia and Central Asia, and we would love for Pakistan to be a key hub for agriculture, food processing, value add, and export to third countries. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Minister, these are only a few examples of what I see as low-hanging fruits, continuing with the food metaphor, and really ready for us to grab and turn into opportunities, to increase the confidence that thousands of other Saudi companies need to have to come with the 50 companies that came with me today. And we need to also create a highway that brings the great capabilities of Pakistan and the Pakistani people to continue what they are doing in Saudi Arabia, not only contributing to the Saudi Arabia of the future that we're building with Vision 2030, with their human talent, but also to bring the capability of Pakistani enterprises. And for them, from both sides, I can tell you, in no uncertain terms, and I've heard it repeatedly from the leadership, from my boss, from the leadership of Pakistan last night, and the Prime Minister during his visits to Saudi Arabia in March and in May when he came for the World Economic Forum special meeting. Both governments are committed to allow, to permit, to facilitate for the private sector to take its due position as the locomotive that will be pulling both economies, both governments, both leaders, everybody on the government side of both nations sees that the private sector is the driver of our respective economies today, and certainly will be more so in the future. So you can count on us to be right there with you, behind you, supporting you to make the opportunities that are right there for you to grab. And once again, I say there is no limit. The sky is the only limit to what we can do together. So thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Excellency Mr. Khalid bin Abdul Aziz Al Faleh, the Minister of Investment, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for your kind words. And as you mentioned, that sky is the limit when it comes to the investment potential of Pakistan. Excellency, you mentioned that Pakistan and Saudi Arabia are not dependent on any agreements or treaties to bond together. Indeed, we are united by the band of brotherhood, by the spiritual Islamic values that we share. Pakistan has one of the highest expat workforce working in the construction sector in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, contributing to the growth of Saudi Arabia. And you mentioned specifically in detail all the investment opportunities that are available in Pakistan, and that shows that Pakistan is indeed a bankable investment destination for Saudi Arabia. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to call upon Senator Muhammad Ishaq Dar, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, to kindly come up and deliver the keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly welcome Senator Muhammad Ishaq Dar, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. Excellency, Minister for Investment, Engineer Khalid bin Abdul Aziz Al Faleh, Honorable Vice Minister Investment and members of the delegation from Saudi Arabia, Honorable Cabinet colleagues, worthy National Coordinator SIFC, government officials, Pakistani business leaders, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. It is indeed a great pleasure to listen to our great guest, Engineer Khalid Al Faleh, very candid response to my all colleagues. Combined together, he covered everything. And my compliments to you, Excellency, that perhaps you have also curtailed my speech as well. Thank you very much indeed. It is indeed a distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all, dear brothers, from Saudi Arabia in Islamabad, which is, I would call, your own home. I won't use the word second home. This is your own home. This occasion marks yet another chapter in the enduring friendship and strategic partnership between our two brotherly countries. Pakistan and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia have a deep-rooted, time-tested relationship. This bond, enriched by shared history, faith, and values, holds a significant place in Pakistan's foreign policy. The people of Pakistan have always held the custodian of the two holy mosques and the Honorable Crown Prince, His Royal Highness, and the leadership of Saudi Arabia in the highest esteem. I would like to take this opportunity to express our profound gratitude to the Saudi leadership for their unwavering support on multiple occasions. The latest being, as explained by my colleague, Finance Minister of Pakistan, in the recent challenge we had as a country vis-a-vis multilateral institutions. We remain firmly committed to the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and stand ready, shoulder to shoulder, with our Saudi brothers and sisters through thick and thin. We are thankful for the welfare and the hospitality which is extended to the over 2.5 million Pakistani diaspora who call Saudi Arabia their own home and are also contributing to the economy and the development of Saudi Arabia, as well as making huge foreign exchange remittances to Pakistan, which certainly helps to reach